Prime Minister.
Hey, Alden, how are your plans to run for Prime Minister going?
Well, as it turns out, running for Prime Minister is going to be kind of expensive.
I guess that means you're not going to be running for Prime Minister.
Of course I'm running. I just have to raise some money. Now check out this book. It's about making millions in real estate development. Ha!
Alden, how are you going to be the producer of CGK Kids, the Prime Minister of Canada, and a real estate developer all at the same time?
It's called multitasking. Ha! Okay, this is the package I've been waiting for. How do you like my new hair?
It kind of makes you look like Donald Trump.
Precisely. It says right here in Chapter 1, the first step to being a successful real estate developer is to look the part. You're fired.
What?
That's just a joke. You know, I'm just trying out this nice new wig I got here.
Well, we made it to the capital of Ontario, Toronto.
Good, you're on the campaign trail.
We're not here to campaign for you, Alden. We're making a television show.
We're here to find out how such a big city deals with space and environmental issues. By the way, aren't you supposed to campaign for yourself? You know, like kiss babies or something?
Multitasking and delegation. Don't do anything that you can get someone else to do for you. So I'm delegating you two to do that kissing babies thing, okay? So go out there and find some space in the big city. I need to get this condo development scheme going. Okay. And you're fired. Ah, that's just a joke again. It's a good one.
Welcome to CG Kids, where we're going on a cross-Canada adventure to every capital city in the country.
Today we're in Toronto, the capital of Ontario and Canada's most populous city.
We'll check out the prairie ecosystems thriving high above the concrete jungle.
And get a crash course in one of the wildest jobs in the city, being a downtown Toronto bike courier.
Then Kat and I will help the City Beautification Ensemble add a little color to some drab urban geography.
It's all coming up next
on CG Kids.
Geographic Kids.
Toronto is not only the provincial capital of Ontario, it's also home to the tallest freestanding structure in the world, the CN Tower. At 181 stories high, that's over 550 meters. If you were to stack 7 jumbo jets from nose to tail, they still couldn't reach the top of this tower.
And Yonge Street is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest street in the world. It's 1,896 kilometers long, stretching from Toronto's Lakeshore Boulevard all the way to Rainy River, Ontario, near the Minnesota border.
Even before European settlement, Toronto was a vital part of a series of trails and water routes. They led all the way from western and northern Canada to the Gulf of Mexico.
In 1793, Governor Simcoe moved the Upper Canada capital of Newark, now called Niagara-on-the-Lake, to Toronto and renamed it the City of York.
The official population in 1797 was 241 people. Today, the population of the Greater Toronto Area is closer to 5 million.
So with all these skyscrapers and cars and hustle and bustle, it might surprise you to learn that Toronto is one of the largest urban canopies, or green spaces, of any major North American city.
In fact, 18.1% of Toronto is made up of parklands. That's approximately 8,000 hectares of parks, wetlands, ravines, woodlots, and 3 million city-owned trees.
And prairies up in the sky.
What?
It might surprise you to know that there's not just capital growing in those office buildings, there's prairie ecosystems too. Come on, let's go check it out. This is Mountain Equipment Co-op, a Canadian company that builds all of its stores to be environmentally sustainable.
That's exactly right. It's 55% green.
Dave, what makes a building green?
That's a good question. There's lots of features in this building that make it green. One is the recycled wood up above us. We also have computerized windows and lights, recycled carpet, and of course, our 10,000 square foot green roof.
Wow. Now you call yourselves a co-op. What is a co-op business?
Well, this is a retail cooperative, and you have to be a member to shop here. And basically what a cooperative is sharing, working together to try and do the best for each other, and it brings the cost down, plus you get great service.
So what other green buildings does Mountain Equipment Co. have?
All of our new buildings are green. Ottawa is actually 67% recycled reclaimed materials. Winnipeg is 90%, and Montreal, which opened last year, is 95%.
Wow.
So how about that green roof? Can we go up and take a look?
Let's go up. Let's take a look. Come on.
A green roof system is not a rooftop garden, but rather an extension of the roof itself with self-sustaining grasses and native plants.
Hi, Robin.
Hi. Hi, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hi. Nice to see you. See you too. Nice to meet you.
So how do you create a green roof? And when you're building one, what do you need to consider?
Well, a green roof has to fight the dual threat of root damage and water damage. So basically underneath the soil, there are 3 layers. First one, a drainage layer. The second one is a barrier that stops the roots from penetrating into the cement. And the third one is an insulation layer.
So how does the green roof help the building underneath?
Green roofs are self-heating in the winter and self-cooling in the summer, so that the building uses less energy.
Oh, that's good. So, Robin, what is this?
Well, this is a sedum. It's great for the green roof because it absorbs water very well.
Ooh, like a cactus?
That's right.
Excellent. And it gets really hot up here, so that's good, right?
For sure.
So what kind of flower you have here?
That would be a black-eyed Susan, as you can tell with the black in the middle. It's native to Canada, and it's very hardy, can handle all extreme weathers, so that's why it's chosen to come up here.
Just like me.
If 6% of non-residential roofs in downtown Toronto were green, it would lower the temperature of the city by a full 2 degrees and improve the air quality. It's time for Triviography. Today's question is...
What is carbon sequestration? Here's a hint. It's not a term used when coming to a verdict.
For its adaptability under pressure and for being the key basic ingredient in all living creatures, first prize for best element goes to carbon.
Yahoo! That's great.
And it doesn't refer to a difficult journey.
I'm going on a quest. A sea quest for carbon. A carbon sea quest. Now I just have to find the sea.
So what does carbon sequestration mean? We'll tell you later in the show.
CGK.
So where does the name Toronto come from?
In 1834, the city was renamed Toronto, traditionally believed to come from a native word, Toronton, meaning the meeting place.
More recently, experts in the Aboriginal language believe it is derived from the Huron word dugaronto, meaning where there are trees standing in water, or a fishing weir.
But most people still like to think of Toronto as the meeting place because of its multiculturalism and its history of trade and commerce. Over 100 different languages and dialects are spoken in the city of Toronto.
With a population of almost 5 million, there's a lot of people trying to get from one place to another in Toronto.
That equals a lot of traffic congestion and a whole lot of smog.
Smog is a word from the Industrial Revolution. It's a fusion of the 2 words, smoke and fog. Today, smog refers to that yellowish haze over the city made up of harmful pollutants, gases, and particles. When mixed with sunlight and heat, those pollutants turn into ground-level ozone.
Don't confuse ground-level ozone with the ozone high up in the stratosphere. ground level ozone is harmful to your health.
A source of a lot of the air pollutants that make ozone smog are motor vehicles. So the less vehicles there are on the road, the less smog. It's that simple.
One way to decrease the amount of vehicles on the road is through public transit. The Toronto transit system started in 1800s. And in 1892, the Toronto Transit Commission operated its very first electric streetcar.
And in 1954, subway trains carried its first customers to the underground rail system.
Today, Toronto has the second largest public transit system in North America, second only to New York City.
One double streetcar replaces 90 cars on the road. One subway train replaces between 1,100 and 1,500 cars.
In fact, the TTC system takes 53,000 vehicles off the road every single hour. That's equal to about 370 million fewer auto trips per year. So the TTC helps keep Toronto's traffic problem under control. But are there other ways to keep the smog at bay?
One way is traveling by bicycle.
CGK.
Toronto is considered one of the best major cities to cycle in North America. One reason for this is it's over 200 kilometers of bike paths.
During peak summer season, 8% of Torontonians bike to work, and as much as 20% use bikes as one of their main forms of transportation. That means that they have to leave the safety of the bike path and head off to the busy city streets.
The key to cycling in a big city is safety. So we have a pro with us here today to teach us how to cycle in Toronto properly.
Hey guys,
Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
This is Steph. She's a bike courier, and she cycles every day through busy downtown Toronto traffic.
So, what does a bike courier do?
we deliver packages throughout the downtown area.
Well, why not just use a car?
Bikes are far more efficient. We can maneuver our way through traffic jams and we're way better for the environment.
So, can you teach us how to be bike couriers?
Are you guys ready to be bike couriers?
Yeah?
All right, let's go get you some bikes.
Yes.
Over 500 bike couriers in Toronto make an estimated 1.2 million deliveries every year.
That equals approximately 2,500 fewer cars in downtown Toronto every single day.
So this is Laura. She works at the Community Bicycle Network.
Hey,
Hi, Laura. What is bike share?
Well, Bike Share is a bike lending program that was designed and developed by the Community Bicycle Network. We have these lovely single-speed yellow painted bicycles. They all come with a basket and a lock.
Laura, how does bike share work?
Well, memberships are $25 a year, and if you can't afford that, then you can just prove that you've done 4 hours of volunteer service and you'll get a membership. There's also about 15 hubs in downtown Toronto, and you can pick up a bike at one hub and then return it at another hub.
So how do I know if there's going to be bike share bikes at a hub that I need?
Well, usually what we do is we give you a pamphlet when you sign up, and it's better if you call them in advance and sort of ask them how many bicycles they have. Otherwise, there's a lot of hubs that are very close in proximity, so if you're kind of walking around town, you can just sort of check one, check another, but usually we have enough all around.
What's with all these names on the bikes, like Red Alabama and Easy Rider and Phonics 133?
We decided to put a name on them. And basically the Community Bicycle Network came up with their own ideas of different names, and gradually as the fleet increased, we let people kind of choose a name if they wanted to with a small donation to the Community Bicycle Network, and that's what you see.
So you can get my name on a bike for my birthday.
Quirky Monkey.
Cat is me.
Let's get some bikes.
My favorite. Yellow Kitty, because my name is Cat.
What makes a good bike courier?
Someone who doesn't do foolish things and someone who respects the people on the road beside them. And also respect, you've got time limits. You've got packages, they gotta get there. So just keep that in mind, keep focused, follow the rules, no red lights, you should be good.
Okay, I think we're about ready to set out. What do I need to remember?
Okay, so the key things about being a courier are safety, efficiency, and speed.
Can you teach us any of the lingo or catchphrase of the bike courier world?
Sure, no worries. You got your walkie?
Yes.
All right, so
Check.
what's your 20?
What's your 20?
You say that, and that's when you want to know where somebody else is.
Huh, Sid, what's your 20?
Right across from you over here.
Okay, good.
Perfect. See? There you go. Over and out is what you say when you finish talking on the walkie.
Okay.
Over, just to let someone know you finished talking so they can start talking. And be careful you're not the door prize.
Ooh, but I like door prizes.
Door prizes are when someone opens their door on you while you're biking.
I think I'll pass.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's your package.
Thank you.
There's your package. Let's get to it.
CGK. CGK. CGK.
Dispatch, what's your 20? No, wait, that's not right. What's my 20? No,
Sid, where are you two?
Eldon?
Cat, is that you? Cat, turn on your geopad.
Geopod, right. Hey, Eldon, what's up?
I'll tell you what's not up. My campaign poster. You see that? Vote for Eldon, building a better future.
Wow, that's a nice slogan, Eldon.
Yeah, better future for me. You get it? Building condominiums.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm really busy here. I gotta go.
Oh, what's wrong? Don't you like my poster? My hair's on straight, isn't it?
Hey guys, how's it going?
I think we'll stick to TV.
Yeah, but thanks for teaching us the ins and outs of bike currying.
Thanks.
No problem.
Toronto is home to Path, the world's largest underground pedestrian walkway system. It extends for 27 kilometers and connects 50 office towers, 5 subway stations, 1 train station, and over 1,200 stores.
Today we're in Toronto on the shore of Lake Ontario.
Back about 13,000 years ago, Toronto, like much of North America, was underneath kilometers of ice. As the ice began to melt, it created 3 huge rivers, the Rouge, Humber, and Don.
The melting ice created a gigantic glacial lake called Lake Iroquois. All of downtown Toronto would have been underwater. You can still see the old Lake Iroquois shoreline today. There are 307 kilometers of rivers and creeks running through Toronto. If you were to skate down all of them, that would be like skating across 5,000 hockey rinks.
When Lake Iroquois shrunk into today's Lake Ontario, the shoreline was along Front Street, as in waterfront. But in the 1850s, the city extended the land approximately 1 kilometer for shipping and manufacturing use.
Actually, a lot of building went on in Toronto, and not all of it was pretty. But recently, some groups have been trying to change that. One group is the City Beautification Ensemble. Hi, Jason. Hi, Duncan.
Hey guys.
Glad you could make it.
Why are you guys painting the Gardiner Expressway?
Well, just take a look at it. It's ugly.
A lot of gray. We feel that this gray adversely affects the people of the city of Toronto and drags them down. It's something we like to call gray nausea.
So what kind of colors do you use to combat gray nausea?
Pretty much use any colors we can get our hands on, but certain colors do certain things to help out the people, such as reds are stimulating, exciting, oranges and yellows are like that too. Blues are calming, along with purples and
Anything
greens.
but gray, basically.
Anything but gray.
It was such a simple idea at the time, we decided to just fill up the backpacks with color and go out and provide color for people.
We took a walk around and thought, well, you know, what could we spray here? And there's a lot of gray in the city. Sidewalk squares, bumper curbs, ring and post bike parking stands, pretty much anything.
That sounds so exciting. Who's helping you paint today?
Today we've got some friends from the Art Gallery Ontario's Youth Council. They're going to help us out.
Can we help?
Sure, but you're gonna have to be dressed a little more appropriately than that. Let's go get you some outfits.
CGK.
Hey, Janice.
Hey guys, let's get beautifying.
The City Beautification Ensemble never writes words or slogans with their art and are not graffiti artists.
They have worked in partnership with the Toronto Public Space Committee, the Art Gallery of Ontario, and the Ontario College of Art and Design. It's time to answer today's triviography question.
Today's question is, what is carbon sequestration?
Carbon sequestration is the intake and storage of carbon. For example, plants and trees absorb carbon dioxide, then they expel oxygen back into the air and store the carbon.
And that's important because smog and poor air quality are the result of burning fossil fuels, which release carbon into the air. Carbon sequestration cleans the air we breathe.
CG Kids is on the World Wide Web. Visit us and find out even more about our incredible country.
Just click on our website to find games, contests, and way more about our show.
You can even try the CG Kids Atlas online.
Check it out.
Hey Eldon, you there?
Yes, I'm working on the model suite for my condominium development. Hey, how did it go in Toronto?
We met some really great people working hard to make Toronto a prettier, healthier city.
We saw some green roofs and environmentally friendly travel alternatives. Ooh, and we turned some public spaces into something really special.
Public spaces. Hey, did you put up my campaign posters? Oh, hold that thought. It must be the guy from the city calling about my building permit. Oh, that's such good news. Okay. Hello. Do I get my permit? What do you mean can't build on a public space? Park schmark. Oh, all green space. You buddy, just you wait. Where's my hair? Here. You're fired.
So, no more real estate development, Eldon?
I guess not. What am I going to do with this place? Hey, does anybody want to buy a nice model suite? It's very comfortable and dark, and it has a lovely view of me working at my desk.